Tales from the Solid Pack. Number 5. Violet's Forbidden Word. Written by Nancinator. It was another typical day in the Solid Pack territory, and Cyrus figured that today would be the day that he would spend a little quality time to himself. So he decided that he would ask Electress to watch over Violet, to which she said yes. Cyrus was usually never worried about how Violet would behave when he wasn't there. But what he doesn't know is that today would not be one of those common relaxing days. Okay, Violet, now remember to be good for Electress and... Cyrus started. Yes, Cyrus, I know. Don't do anything stupid. I know. Violet interrupted, a little bit annoyed. Okay. Just want to make sure that you know, Cyrus said, laughing a bit. Don't worry, Cyrus. Everything's gonna be just fine, Electress said, ruffling Violet's head. Okay then. Well, I'll see you later, Violet. Love you, Cyrus said, giving his little sister a quick hug. Love you too, Cyrus, Violet replied. Cyrus then walked away to spend his day off, leaving the other two wolves to themselves. So, Violet, now that it's just you and me, what do you feel like doing first? Electress asked. Violet thought about it for a moment. I got it. How about we go for a flight together? That sounds terrific to me. Let's go. Electress spread out her wings and she took off into the sky. Violet followed suit and she flew into the sky with Electress. They both flew in the air as Violet looked down and saw the ground and lake from where they were. Wow, everything looks so small from up here, Violet said. I know, awesome, right? Electress asked happily. You know what? I just got an idea. How about we go for a race? Great idea. On your marks, get set, go. The two flew as fast as they could. They flew straight into the clouds and watched out for birds. Violet may not be an experienced flyer, but she knew how to fly fast and watch out for birds. She was having so much fun that she never wanted this race to end. Electress then decided to make this race even more exciting. Hey Violet, check this trick out, she shouted. She then attempted to do a loop-de-loop in the sky, but a huge gust of wind messed her trick up. The wind blew her off while she was in the middle of her loop-de-loop, and she headed straight for the ground and crash-landed. Her face kissed the dirt as she skidded to a stop. Violet flew back down to the ground to check up on her friend. Electress, are you okay? Violet asked, concerned. Ow. Yeah, I'm fine. I've had worse, Electress said, getting up and recovering from the crash. Ow, son of a bitch! What did you just say? Violet asked, confused. I said bitch, Electress said. What does that word mean? I've never heard of it before, Violet said. Electress knew that Violet was still just a kid, but she figured it wouldn't hurt to teach Violet this new word now. Well, it's hard to explain really, Electress said. It's basically something you say when you get angry or annoyed. It's basically an expression. Oh, well, in that case, I can't wait to use this new word, Violet said excitedly. She then rushed off to the direction of the Solid Pack cave. Electress just stood there in bewilderment, wondering if she did the right thing by telling her about that word. But she decided to just shrug it off. What could go wrong? Later that day, inside the Solid Pack cave, the other pack members were about doing their own thing together. Dispel and Lavender were both talking to each other, Chi was lying down, Electress was taking a nap, and Blaze and Violet were both playing a game of tic-tac-toe, using a stick to draw the X in the circle. Blaze was really good at this game, while Violet gets easily frustrated trying to win. And that proved farther when Blaze won 3 times in a row. Ha! I can't believe it! I won 3 times in a row! Blaze cheered happily. Violet growled in frustration. Hey, it's okay, Violet. It's just a game. I'm sure you'll do better next time. Blaze tried to reassure her. Son of a bitch! Everyone looked at Violet in shock. Electress even woke up from her nap because the scream was so loud. Never did they think in a million years that the sweet and caring Violet would ever use such profanity. But the real question was, where did this 8-year-old wolf pup learn such a strong word? Violet, sweetie, where did you learn such language like that? Lavender asked in shock. Electress taught it to me, Violet replied. All eyes were on Electress, who chuckled nervously. I can explain, she said nervously. No need, because I love this new word, Violet said cheerfully. It's so much fun to say. She then started prancing around and repeating the special word in a sing-songy way. Everyone else looked at one another wondering what to do. Lavender then looked at Dispel and gave her a look pleading her to do something about this. Dispel nodded to her and walked up to Violet. Violet, sweetheart, a pup your age shouldn't be saying such words like that. I don't know why Electress taught you this word, and I don't even want to know why, but a kid like you should not be saying things like that, Dispel told her firmly. Aw, but Dispel, I love using this new word. I don't ever want to stop using it. Violet then went back to her prancing and singing. It was clear that trying to reason with Violet wasn't working. Dispel went back to the others to try to come up with a plan. Okay, we gotta do something to stop Violet. Blaze, you go find Cyrus. Maybe he can stop her, Dispel instructed. Yes, ma'am, Blaze said. He then took off into the sky. What about in the meantime? Lavender asked worriedly. Leave that to me. Chi, go fetch us some lunch. Not for us, but for you-know-who. Dispel winked at him, and he seemed to get the message. You got it, Chi said as he went to go get the grub. Blaze was flying as fast as he could to try and find Cyrus. He looked down at the ground but didn't seem to have any luck. That is until he spotted a familiar light blue wolf in a forest area. Blaze gave a sigh of relief and flew down in for a landing. But he flew down so fast that he lost control and crashed into the ground hard. Blaze groaned as a blue wolf ran up to him. And that wolf turned out to be Cyrus himself. Blaze! Blaze, are you okay? Cyrus asked worriedly. Yeah, I'm okay, Cyrus. In fact, I'm really glad that I found you. Because we have a bit of a situation on our paws, Blaze said. What do you mean? Cyrus asked. Well, apparently Electress taught Violet a new word, and now she won't stop saying it. And what word would this be exactly? Cyrus asked with a raised eyebrow. Blaze gulped nervously and whispered the word into Cyrus's ear. Cyrus let out a gasp and growled in anger. I am gonna freaking kill Electress! He yelled in anger. How about you do that after you talk to Violet? Blaze told him nervously. Cyrus sighed. You're right. Come on, let's go. They both spread their wings and took off in flight towards the cave. Meanwhile, Violet was in the middle of eating a big lunch that Chi gave to her, and she seemed to really be enjoying it, which was a plus for everyone else to keep her from talking until Blaze came back with Cyrus. Dispel was not too happy with Electress for teaching Violet such a big word for her age, and Electress seemed pretty guilty for teaching Violet this word in the first place. Look, I didn't mean for any of this to happen. Honest, Electress shouted. I'm sure you didn't mean any harm, but you still shouldn't be teaching pups words like that, Lavender said, trying to keep the peace. Well, we'll see what Cyrus has to say about that, Dispel said, still a little pissed off. Looks like we don't have to wait any longer, because here they come now, Chi said with relief in his voice as he saw Cyrus and Blaze coming in for a landing. They both landed on the ground as Cyrus gave Electress a big death glare. Cyrus, Electress started, but was immediately cut off. We'll talk later, and be prepared for it, Cyrus said with deep anger in his voice. Electress immediately kept her mouth shut after that. Violet, who was done with her meal, finally noticed her big brother and went over to greet him. Oh, hey Cyrus, how's your day off? Violet asked, but her face immediately fell when she noticed that Cyrus was giving her an angry look. Cyrus? Violet asked nervously. Cyrus sighed again. Everyone, go inside the cave. Me and Violet need to be alone, he ordered. Everyone did just that, but not without looking a bit worried. Violet then looked back up at Cyrus, wondering what he was upset about. Is something wrong, Cyrus? Violet asked in a nervous tone of voice. Yes, something's wrong! Blaze told me that you've been saying a bad word that Electress taught you, and a pup your age should not, I repeat, not be saying such things like that! What made you think that saying bad words like that is okay? Cyrus shouted, glaring down at his sister. Violet's eyes started to tear up. She finally seemed to realize that the word that Electress taught her was not a good word at all. She knew that she should have listened to Dispel in the first place. She slowly began to cry. I'm sorry, Cyrus. I didn't mean to say that word. Please don't hate me, she said as she began to sob. Cyrus changed his expression from anger to regret. He didn't mean to get that mad at Violet. He knew that she was still just a kid and didn't know any better. He gently placed his paw on her shoulder as she looked up at him with tear-filled eyes. Violet, I could never in a million years hate you, he said in a gentle tone of voice. I'm sorry that I yelled at you like that. It's just that I want you to understand that you shouldn't be saying such strong words like that. You're just 8 years old after all. Violet looked down at her paws in shame. Yes, Iris, I understand now. And I'm really sorry. I promise that I'll never say words like that ever again. Cyrus gave a gentle smile and wrapped his wing around Violet. I'm glad that you finally understand. And for an 8-year-old wolf pup, I want you to enjoy being a pup. I want you to spend the rest of your childhood playing in the sun, in the lake, and with the rest of the pack members. You're not going to be a kid forever, so that's why I want you to enjoy every bit of it. And of course with your awesome big brother as well, he smirked. Violet laughed. Okay, Cyrus, I promise that as well. Cyrus gave a genuine smile. Good. I love you, Violet. Love you too, big bro. Violet hugged her older brother, to which Cyrus greatly returned. The two of them hugged for a little bit longer until Violet had one more thought in mind. I think I owe everyone else an apology about earlier. Do you think they'll forgive me? Cyrus gave her a comforting smile. Of course they will. And if it makes you feel better, I'll come with you. And after that, how about we spend the rest of the day together? Just you and me. Violet grinned happily. That would be awesome. Thank you, Cyrus. She gave him another hug. Cyrus laughed. Anytime, Violet. Violet and Cyrus both got up and went inside the cave. Violet gave a great big apology to everyone for saying that special word earlier. And just like how Cyrus predicted, they were all quick to forgive her. And they showed their forgiveness by giving her a great big hug. Violet felt much better after that, and made a vow to never say bad words ever again. As for Electress, well, let's just say that Cyrus is making sure Lavender is going to be Violet's new babysitter from now on. But don't worry, I think it's safe to say Electress learned her lesson. Big time. The end.